BYU wide receiver position obviously is one of importance for BYU's offense. Aaron Roderick likes to have high-level receivers for his quarterbacks to throw the ball to. Obviously, any quarterback worth their you-know-what wants to have the best talent around him that he can distribute the ball to. We have seen Chase Roberts, Darius Lassiter, or even in the past, we've seen guys like Cody Epps have really, really good runs at wide receiver. And by the way, good wishes or well wishes go out to Cody Epps as he left that game against Baylor early. So fingers crossed that he will be good to go against Arizona. But I think BYU's wide receiver position has seen a major uptick in interest from recruits. Obviously, when you have a guy like Puka Nacua go out and do what he did as a rookie last year for the Los Angeles Rams, and everyone's like, where's this kid from? Oh, he's from Brigham Young University. Well, okay. And I think that has played a major, major role in BYU being able to go out and sell what BYU is to recruits. It doesn't hurt that BYU is a Big 12 school. That absolutely is an ace up their sleeve to be a Power 4 program and be in what many consider to be at least the third best league in the country. And obviously, when you're ranked 17th in the country and 5-0, guess what? There are kids who are going to say, okay, what's BYU doing here? Why should I pay more attention to the school? Should I be paying more attention to that school? There's all of that and more when it comes to the recruiting process. But I had an opportunity to catch up with a guy who committed to BYU before BYU got off to this hot start. He actually committed way back in June after an official visit to BYU's campus in Provo. His name is LaMason Waller. I had a great opportunity to catch up with him earlier this week ahead of him finally making his season debut for his new high school team. So without further ado, here you go, LaMason Waller with myself right here on Locked On Cougars. Thank you for taking the time, and congratulations on your commitment to BYU. You've been pretty outspoken about being a BYU Cougar. I wanted to ask you just first off, why pick BYU?
Fesi, the program, just the culture. I really love that guy. Like, that's my dude, man. He just never gave up on me. He just kept fighting, and he got me for sure.
Now, I've known Coach Sitake, speaking of Fesi Sitake, for quite some time, and I can assure you that you are not the first nor will be the last who will say that he might be the reason why they picked BYU. What was the impetus for building a relationship with him? What was his overall message to you when he first got to know you?
Just being so real. He let me know the truth from day one. He's never lied to me. Just always kept it 100. Told me that he wanted me since day one. Just never really let off. Like, he's stayed on me every day, and that's just my dude.
Now, obviously, you're going to be coming to BYU not too distant future, but you made a transfer this year in terms of high schools, and we've not seen you on the field quite yet. You'll be making your debut later this week on Thursday, finally. How eager are you to finally get back out there and get back to playing football?
I think I'm so excited. Like, I think I'm a little too excited, but I'm very eager. I'm ready to get out there with my guys. They've been doing their thing. We're 5-0 right now, so just ready to get to work, man, honestly.
Okay, so 5-0, you're obviously going to be hoping to push it to 6-0 and even make it even better, right?
For sure. 10-0, that's the goal for the end of this season.
Now, obviously, that's the goal for everybody. It feels like when they go into a season of this caliber. You've been watching BYU up close as well, and funny enough, they're 5-0 as well. Give me your impressions of so far how BYU's been performing from your perspective.
Well, they've been performing really great. All the receivers been eating. Darius, what he had, 8 catches, 140 in the tub. Chase been doing his thing. Just everybody's been contributing. The games has been amazing. I've been watching all the games. I just can't wait to get there. I'm excited, man.
Now, you've made some unofficial visits this season up there. Have there been any guys like a Darius or maybe a Keelan Marion, et cetera, who have built relationships with you in terms of just, saying, hey, come play here?
For sure. Reiner, Keelan, Darius, Parker, Trey, Noah. I actually grew up with Noah Lugo, Jake. Everybody's been showing me a lot of love. They all can't wait for me to get up there. Those are my dudes for sure.
Hold on. I didn't know you had a connection to Noah Lugo. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
We actually grew up, so we played youth football all our life together out here, and then he moved to Texas when we were like 10 years old.
Okay, so you know him for quite a while then.
Yeah, that's my guy. I've known him ever since I was 6 years old.
So did you know that he had committed to BYU when you first got started recruiting? How did you make that connection?
Well, I've been knowing he's a year older than me, so when he committed, he actually sent me a picture of Fesi. I'm like, that's my dude. And when he committed, and then the rest is just history. Like, I don't know.
What has he had to tell you about it? 'Cause he's been in the program now for a little bit. What's he been telling you about the football program?
He just tell me everything I see when I go out there, it's the truth. Like, it's real. They're not going to change. Like, they're going to be the same way when I get in the building as they are right now. And that's my dude. I believe him 100%.
So are you planning on, hooking up with Noah Lugo for touchdowns in the near future?
For sure, we have to. That's that 760 connection. We bringing it to Provo for sure.
I like that. Now, you've talked about a guy like Reiner Swanson. Reiner's from Southern California as well. Did you have any connection to him before this?
No, not really, but Blake Bryce. So me and him play sevens together. That's my dude.
Okay.
And Reiner's his guy. So we're just all pretty cool,
You mentioned you got connections everywhere. I wanted to ask you, well, what's your connection with a guy like Blake Bryce? Can you give us a scouting report of what BYU fans can expect from a guy like that?
Big body. That's my dude. He going to go win every 50-50 ball. Just give him a chance. He'll come down with the ball for sure. That's my guy.
Now, you mentioned Fesi's a big reason why you picked BYU. But you also had to come up here and fall in love with the school and everything, the community around it. What sold you on coming to Provo, Utah, and Brigham Young University?
It's just so different. Like I've never experienced nothing like BYU, so I think that's pretty much the main thing. Honestly, just I'm gonna get a new lifestyle there with people that I actually care about and people that I know care about me. So for sure.
Now, you probably had conversations with Kalani Sitake. What have those conversations been like? What has he been telling you about the program?
He just tell me like it's real. Like whatever they're telling me, they're going to stand on their word, and they'll be there. They'll be my coaches for my whole time at BYU. I don't have to worry about them leaving. They're loyal to the program, and they just want to see BYU be great again. They all played there. They all know the program well. So it's a great fit and a great environment for me for sure.
You talked about the alumni connection. Obviously, offensive coordinator Aaron Roderick is a former Cougar and plays a very pass-happy offense and a wide receiver-centric offense, it feels like. Is that attractive to you as well?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. They're throwing the ball a lot. The receivers are making plays. I just want to come in there and contribute.
What are you expecting from this team down the stretch, obviously? Because your team, obviously, you're playing for right now. You said you want to go 10-0. You expecting 12-0 from this BYU squad?
For sure. We're rolling right now. For sure.
All right. Well, I guess last thing for me, give us a scouting report of yourself. I'm sure Cougar fans are saying, okay, I've heard about LaMason, but share with us what BYU fans expect from you once you hit the field in Provo.
You just have to wait to find out. They're gonna get a dog out of me for sure. I just wanna show them, my guy.
Okay. Well, I can appreciate that. Well, LaMason, appreciate the time, and we look forward to seeing you out here in Provo soon enough. Obviously, I'm sure we'll be making some more trips out this season when you give the opportunity. But once again, thanks for taking the time to join us here on the podcast.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, my guy. I'm gonna try to come out there for the Arizona game. So I need all the fans to get right with me.
I'm sure they will. Thanks again, LaMason.
For sure. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you.
That is LaMason Waller, and really cool to hear from him that Fesi Sitake, Noah Lugo, Blake Bryce, think of the connections he's got to this program. It's absolutely incredible how things like that happen. Noah Lugo, nobody would have guessed a kid coming from Texas as a quarterback would have played youth football from a kid down there in Hesperia, California. It's absolutely insane, but those connections, they exist, and they help, obviously, when it comes to the recruiting process. But you can tell LaMason, he is locked in with BYU, and that's really cool to hear him talk about how excited he is to be a part of the program, to hopefully add to the legacy of strong wide receivers. The nice part is he's got good size. They list him at 6'2", 170 on 24/7 Sports. He's a borderline 4-star prospect, according to 24/7 Sports as well. He's got an 88 rating, which is a high 3-star. I really, really like LaMason Waller, and you can tell that he's got passion for what BYU is and wants to be a part of it. And I think that he is the type of guy that BYU, I think, can find more of nationwide. Obviously, you got to hunt pretty hard to find guys like this, but you build those relationships, and the fact that he was a youth football teammate of Noah Lugo, that's just an extra kind of help when it comes to selling this kid on this program. And it doesn't really feel like LaMason had to be sold all that hard once Fesi Sitake started talking to him. I know Fesi Sitake has got a very, very good reputation on the recruiting trail. He does a very, very good job, A, of building relationships, and B, getting results in the form of getting commitments. Think about the wide receivers BYU's brought in. Cody Hagan is a 4-star prospect BYU landed not too long ago. Dominic McKenzie is expected to do some big things after he kind of sheds the mission rust. Guy like LaMason Waller here, he's got to be thinking, all right, I see what Darius Lassiter is doing. I see what Chase Roberts is doing. I'm going to one-up that. I'm going to be more like Puka Nacua for the BYU football program. Success begets success when it comes to recruiting, and BYU, so long as they continue to have a high-powered attack in terms of throwing the ball and letting these wide receivers make plays, guess what? Guys like LaMason Waller and many, many more are going to be interested in playing for the BYU Cougars.